Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, good. So today we are still going to learn some basic uh, concepts related to the Java classes, right?
Okay.
Till now we have covered basic thing how to write class, right?
Yeah.
How to create an object, and
Right.
after that we have covered how to write a class as a encapsulation,
Right.
and also we have covered how we can implement the inheritance
Right.
and how we can implement like a polymorphism.
Right.
Polymorphism in the two form like uh, compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism.
Yeah.
Runtime we have learned the method overriding,
Mm-hmm. True.
and compile times we run a method overloading.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all the things we have covered. Now today, two more things are still left with respect to the basic about the Java. That
Mm-hmm.
two terminologies generally many times we heard. You can say like one concept is the abstraction,
Mm-hmm.
abstract class. Okay,
Yeah.
and one concept is the interface.
Okay.
Interface. So these two terminology we are going to discuss what the meaning of how Java implement this abstract concept
Mm-hmm.
and uh, interface. Both have a lots of similarity, almost similar you can say, but there are some minor uh, demarcation differences where we are going to use interface and some places are the abstract, right?
Yeah.
And whenever you look the existing Java library, lots of Java library is written in the form of abstract classes and interfaces.
I
Okay,
agree. True. True.
so we'll learn about the theory, what is the meaning of abstraction, and then we'll learn how we can write Java code. And after that, we have also learn what is the interface and how we are writing the interface. Okay, once these two complete abstraction and interface, almost basic things of Java as a object-oriented programming language we will cover. Okay,
Okay.
so let's start. Abstraction. This is the very general terms, and as a student life, as a college life, we have heard this word many times. Abstraction. So can you just think literally what the meaning of abstraction?
No, I got it.
Abstract.
Abstraction.
Abstract, yeah, abstraction.
Abstraction means like a theory. No,
Abstract or abstract?
Hmm?
Abstract or abstract?
Abstract. A B
Okay.
S
Oh,
T R A C T.
oh yeah,
Abstract.
yeah. Abstraction. Yeah, abstract. I see now.
abstract means a summary.
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 Mm.
Whenever you are writing any thesis, yeah, paper, the generally these kind of summary, abstractions, some headings we are writing, right?
Right.
Correct.
Abstractions means ki, let's say I'm going to write some paper, a thesis. So generally we have write a kind of abstractions. Ki, whatever the till whole paper we studied, right? What we did research, whatever things, what are the main points we can generally highlight in the abstraction part, right? Like whenever someone write a book or something, they have write one thing like abstraction, right? Abstraction is just a con- concise form of whole things, right? What are the very basics important things we can highlight someone, so that someone read the abstraction, that take interested ki we are going to learn deep all the paper, all the books, all the procedure, right? So here in the same as the computer we are always talking about the object. Okay, lots of object in a computer and the programming language you can create. Okay,
Mm.
so generally object have a some kind of a one is the your behavior, and another is a kind of a state. State means your field attribute from which the object was constructed, and the second behavior, what is the purpose, what the object doing, right? What the working. So generally two things, behavior and state. So whenever let's keep thousands of objects created, okay, and sometime I want some demarcation, some unique property. Okay, let's we have created similar kind of 10 objects, okay, or 10 peoples. Let us give a good example. Like we are going to the market, right? We are going to the market. In market, you are looking lots of things in the marketplace, right? Lots of things, lots of object in the marketplace are displayed, right? But you are just walking through all the market shops and just looking, but all the things you are not be carefully look, just your eyes goes and you just like see something, right? But not watch or not carefully look what the meaning, right? But the specific things you are looking, let's say I'm going to buy some shoes or buy some any kind of accessory, so our eyes are looking those important things which I'm interested, right? I'm interested in the buying the shop, I'm looking the shop related to the our shoes, right? Related to the any advertisement, so our eyes goes on that shops and that's a area, right? That's we are interested. So in this scenario, what I'm trying to say, generally, whenever we are going to the market, lots of things, object we are seeing. But between these things, we are only focusing. We are only caring those things which I am interested to know, right? I'm going to the shop specific purpose. So we are looking those advertisement. Our eye also takes some attention on those. Some shop, some advertisement, right? So here our attention is that from all the objects property or all the things which are in the place, we are not going to interest all the things, some specific things, some specific object we are looking, so we are more interested in that, right? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so similarly here in the Java, whenever we are creating lots of objects, but whenever you are creating any object, first in the Java we have to create some kind of your class. This is a class we create, and in this class we can create it a multiple subclasses might be, right? From multiple subclasses we can create any number of objects, right? Here let's say this is the superclass and lots of subclass 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So here some important feature here, feature means behavior means method. Let's see some method I want to have all this object sometime, right? So if we define some method here, that is by default inherited for each and every object, right? Yeah, classes. So here say this, whatever the definition we can define any method in the our superclass, that by default inherited go to the subclass. That means this is a common feature I want all the subclasses must have, right? So in this case, what we are doing? We are doing, I am defining those common things which I am interested here also, here also, here also, here also. Instead of writing in the all different classes, why cannot move to the superclass? You write one place and one place inherited for the each and every object. So abstraction say कि whenever any common feature, any specific things which you want, all my subclasses must have some definition. Must have. Good example. Let's write a class. I am writing class like maybe circle. Okay. Okay. Circle. And one more class. Let's I write one more class. Let's write rectangle. Okay. Rectangle. So in this class, whether both is a kind of a like shape. So what is the shape? This is the shape of circle. This is the shape of a rectangle, right? So if let's say I'm going to write method behavior void shape. Okay, what is the shape? So this say ki I am a circle shape, right? Circle shape. And same method should be here as well, right? Same method should be here. But let's key another class triangle. Triangle. And triangle is not interested to giving the definition of shape. So how I know ki what is the shape of this class? Because there is no mandatory rule. This class can write this shape method or cannot write, right? So in this scenario, sometime I know ki this is the circle class, this is the rectangle class, this is the triangle class. Each class must have at least shape method so that I can know ki what is the shape of this class, right? But there is no any mandatory rule. This class cannot define shape. It is still code is okay. Compiler is happy, right? Still our code compile and run. Okay. I can create the object of circle. I can create the object of circle. Okay. And circle dot. Okay. And dot shape, right? And similarly, we can create the object of rectangle. Rectangle. And we can say rectangle dot shape. But let's create the triangle. Triangle, new triangle. And notice here there is no kind of a shape method. Okay. So here, but I want all this class must have at least the shape function. But there is no shape method because there is no kind of mandatory rule. So we cannot get the what is the shape of this triangle class, right? So is there any way we can ensure these all classes are related to the shape and these classes must have a shape method? This is a very common feature. This is a common thing must class have. So in this case, we are saying we are going to use the concept of inheritance. And here say I am going to create one superclass and superclass defines some kind of shape, right? Shape method, right? And all the subclasses like here circle, like here rectangle, and like your triangle. So whenever I create the relationship, okay, relationship, and in this top class, you can define this shape method. And somehow, anyhow, we have some rule here so that this shape class must be written by in the all the subclasses. So how to write? Just like in one class, like a class shape, okay, shape. Here I say ki all extend all with the child class. That means shape, right? All would be the extend shape. Means ki all are the one kind of shape, right? And now still we have done superclass and all the other subclasses, but still this class is not providing any kind of shape method. Okay, so how still I want some kind of a insecurity. Each subclasses must have this shape method because this is a very common thing. These all the classes must have the same method. But currently, this is optional. This class can write, this class can write, this class can or cannot. So how to enforce? So for that, I say I am going to define this behavior inside a class. And here I'm not giving any definition, just say semicolon. So till now, whatever we learn, whenever you're writing class, inside a class we can declare variable and we can declare method. but also method we are always writing the like block, right? In this way, right? But I'm saying I'm not going to write a block. Just give the syntax. This is the one method. The name is shape and return word. I'm not going to interest to give the definition in the superclass. All my subclasses, like this is the subclass, this is the subclass, they must give the definition of this shape, right? So till now here compiler is not happy. Compiler how know if this is really you want to some enforcement or you are miss something. You are missing writing something. So compiler is not happy. Compiler say ki, this is incomplete method. Method missing the body. Notice method missing body are declare abstract. Now we have a two option. One thing we can give the definition here, or we can say this method is abstract. Abstract means just here I am giving the signature of the method and what the logic, what the body of the method would be defined inside my all subclasses. So here say ki this is the shape method. What is the logic? What is the body? This is the body. But I am not interested to give the body here. I am saying ki just this is the abstract method. So here I am going to write the abstract keyword. So whenever you say this is the abstract keyword, that means now compiler is saying, okay, in this class you are not giving the definition of your shape method. So still compiler is unhappy. Why? All are the okay, but compiler is unhappy. Why? Because this is a shape class. You created one method like a abstract. What happen if I'm going to create say shape equal to new shape? Shape. And here I'm created the shape function. So notice if I am created the object of this class, I am going to call the shape method. So what is the output? Compiler say. So compiler is don't know anything ki what is the logics of this object class. So compiler say ki if any class you cannot create the object if any class have any method like abstract. If you are here declaring one method that is abstract, means there is no definition here, there's no function body here. So how compiler going to give the some output? So in this say compiler say ki you cannot make any class as a concrete class until you are giving the definition. So here I say okay, I'm not interested to give the definition of shape here, so I'm saying this class must be abstract. Okay, now here your compiler is okay. They are now good. Your super class is abstract class. They have one shape method, and the definition of the shape method must be given by all the subclasses. So any class that is the abstract class, you cannot create the object. This is the one thing. So why? Because if you are able to create the object of shape class, you can call this method. This method does not have any output. So what compilers say output? So simply say this is the rule. Any class that is the abstract, you cannot create the object. Okay. How say this class is the abstract or not abstract? Any class can be abstract, just you write the keyword abstract. Good. So now notice all till now all is okay. But notice this triangle class is not given the definition of shape. So now our compile time compiler enforce this triangle class must override this, must give the definition of this abstract class, right? Because here I am defining one super class and here I am giving the abstract method shape, right? Shape. But there is no definition. We have a three subclasses. One give the definition, another give the definition. But this triangle is not given the definition. So compiler so enforce it. No, this is the abstract method. You have to go and override the definition. Here write the what is the meaning of shape. So in this case, we are going to here must be write this function inside this here inside the body, and it can give you a definition. Okay. And here say this is the triangle shape. So now your class, all the subclasses have this shape method. So now notice all the class and each and everything happy. All class must have a shape method. So this is the one way you can say we are going to write any class as a abstract class, because why we are interested, because I want all my child, all my subclass must give the definition of this method. So in this purpose, we are going to say, okay, I am writing the one abstract class, and here I am writing one method that is abstract, and all my subclasses, subclass 1, subclass 2, subclass 3, must give the business logic a definition of this method. Till now, any confusion? Hello?
Yeah, I'm good. But
Oh,
but I have a question.
yes.
Uh, so we are not actually using abstract class. We are just putting a
Yes. Yes. One thing in abstract class, we cannot create the object. We cannot create the object. But in the last session, notice in the uh, in the last class, we need here you cannot create the object of here the shape class, because this is the abstract class. But you can assign the any subclass object. Like here, I can say circle. In this way, circle dot shape. So here in the last class, super class object, in the right direction, right side, we can assign any subclasses. So here the shape is the super class, and we can create the object of your class. For creating class, you can use the new keyword. But this is the abstract class. You cannot create the object like a new shape, because this is the abstract, means this is the no definition, the no logic. There is no make sense. We can create the object of this shape class. But you can assign the any subclasses. Like here again, say shape dot. You can say shape dot new triangle. Okay, and here you can call right. It will work. So shape is a superclass, and you cannot create the object of this superclass because this is abstract. But here you can assign the object of any subclass. Here any means circle, rectangle, or triangle.
right.
Right? So
Okay,
is it
so
clear?
this is the concept you covered last class.
Yes,
That
last class. Yeah,
mhm,
yes.
okay,
Is it clear?
is clear now. Okay, but is there any use for abstract class?
Yes, yes. Like here now, I want ki here like good example. Uh, each shape must have area method. Like right. So I can create declare method. If I am say this cat method can't define area. This method cannot. They are not defining. They are interested. They are free to not doing. So how to enforce ki each subclass must have a specific method. So I am going to write here say ki void area. Each shape must have area, right? And I say this method not abstract. So whenever say now all the classes are compilation fail, because compiler say ki circle class is not given the definition of your area method, right?
Right,
So here in this is just a place where we are deciding ki this is my super class, and all my child class, child 1, child 2, child 3, child 4, all the child class must have a specific function, a specific behavior, right?
right.
So those specific things, how I compiler enforce. So here go to your super class and make as a abstract method here. Abstract method. So whenever I say abstract method, all these subclasses have responsibility to give the definition of area, give the definition of area, give the definition of area, give the definition of area. Right?
Okay,
So this is the use where whenever someone going to write a super class and they want this is the my one method, each and every my subclass must give the definition, must give the body, right?
Right.
Without, let's see here, they are going to given the definition of area. Let's see area, circle area, whatever the logic may be. Okay, we have to not worry. But this is the circle area. What is the circle area? We have to calculate and return, right?
Right.
So now this class is okay. Any class, they have extended the shape in class. A shape have a two object method. So this class must give in the overriding those two methods. So shape as well as the area, right?
Right.
And here, notice this class is not still implemented both because they have implemented shape. A shape have a two object method, but they are not given definition. The compiler say you cannot code command cannot compile because if someone going to say rectangle dot area, what is the definition of area? I don't know, right? So compiler say you just override this area method. Why? Because area here defined as a object. So here we are going to say, okay, I am going to override area. Right? Like this is the circle, this is rectangle area, right? But there is an option. Let's see the third class. Say I am not interested to give my area. If this class is not interested to giving the definition of all object, here two object method. This is the subclass. They have just only given only one, but they are not interested to give other. So what option? We have a two option. Is give the definition like here. If the give definition like here, compiler is happy. Now your class okay. All the compilers are gone. But if you're not interested, then we have another option. What option? I can say this triangle class have a two method. One is the shape, which is a given definition overridden, and some is the abstract method like area. Area is inherited from the here. Area is this is the inherited. Go to the here, but you are not given the definition. That means this also become abstract. So this class must be become your abstract as well as alternative option. Now compiler is happy. You can two option. If in your super class have a multiple abstract method, in subclass they must giving the all the definition. If some class is not interested to give the all the definition but only one or two, so in this case this class also candidate for the object class. So you mark this class is the object, means triangle class have some methods that is the object. Object means there is no definition of the method. Like here, triangle have a two method. One is the shape, one is the area that is inherited from the shape. There is no definition of area. That means abstract, hide something, right?
Okay. Okay. So, did you write? If you don't write abstract, then you need to write area.
Yes, we have two options. One is the write this. If you not write this, compiler is compile time error. You have to go and write your area method, right? This is the one way, right? You have done the area, right?
Right.
A second way, if you are not interested here, if you're not writing this, still compiler happy. Alternative option, you can say this class is abstract itself. If this class abstract, that means you cannot create the object of triangle class, right?
Right.
So this line is still fail. You cannot create the object of triangle class. So now this line you cannot do.
So how
So
can
this
you?
right? So the simple rule. Whenever you're going to create any object class, new a class name, this class is the complete class. What do you mean by complete? This is the complete class because they have inherited from a shape. Shape defined the two object method. Both are the given logic. But this class is the incomplete class, not complete. because they have a triangle extended from the shape class, but shape have a two abstract method, shape and area, but this class does not give in the definition of both. So this class the incomplete class. The incomplete means abstract. Abstract means something this class have which is not the complete. Right?
Right.
Abstract is summary, just like a syntax, like area method. But what is the definition? Don't definition. So
So how can you show
uh,
shape? Because you cannot create an object of
yeah.
this class.
So abstract say कि any class we cannot create. This means कि some new class going to become a subclass of triangle. Right? Let's get another class, another triangle, another triangle. Extend triangle. Okay? And here
Right.
say कि I am going to override your area method.
Okay.
So here I am saying कि going to the area method, another class, right?
Right.
So now this two classes mixed together and complete the shape and area. This is the incomplete class. You cannot create the object of this class, but this is the complete class, yeah, concrete class, because they have a area method. They are inherited from the shape. Shape also have, and this means this two abstract method given the definition. So let's understand. Here, your super class is shape, right? Shape have a two abstract method, right? Two abstract
Right.
method. But here triangle. Triangle is given only one method definition, right? One method. Method one given definition. That means this is the abstract class because no definition, no definition. This also become abstract. But I say another subclass, another triangle, another subclass, they given the definition of your second method. This is the second method, right? Second
Right.
method. So now one is getting from inherited, right here. So now this is the complete class. Means this class you can create the object
Oh, okay. Okay.
because this class have a this is the two abstract method. One is defined here, another is defined here. But due to the inheritance, this have a two complete method. So notice here in this class we have defined only area, but not defining shape. Still class is okay because shape is inherited from the triangle. Triangle already have a shape, right? So indirectly we say another class is the complete class, a concrete class. So here in the place of triangle, here we cannot create the object of triangle, but you can create the object of like a another triangle because this is the complete class. Means this class have a all the methods is given the definition.
Right.
So in this way you can say triangle dot shape and triangle dot area as well as
They both are fine. Yeah.
both are fine. Because if this class go, they have an area method and they also have a shape because they have inherited from here, right? So you
Right.
can call both method here like the shape and area, right?
Right. I understand. Yeah.
Right? So here you cannot create the object of triangle.
Okay.
Inside any class, if you're going to create the object, that class must be complete class. Complete means whatever they are inheriting. If they are inheriting any abstract method, that must give the definition. If you are not eligible, like triangle, inheriting from your shape, a shape have a both abstract method. Abstract means the only we have a syntax, meaning meaningful information. What is the detail? What is the business logic of shape? Yeah, what is the business logic of area? There is no here. So due to that, is say this method is abstract. Means we have only syntax, no body. So where is the body? Where is the area body? Where is the shape body? Nothing. So okay, this class become an incomplete class. Means ki this class is the class but not complete because they have a two method which don't the meaning. What is the meaning of shape? What is the output of area? We don't have, right? So we can say this class is the incomplete class. This means abstract. Just important information like shape and area, two things must have somewhere. So who give the definition of shapes and who give the definition of area? This class है कि whichever my child class, my subclass is responsible to give me the definition of this, right? So now this is the triangle child class. Triangle child class, how can triangle class extend shape? Now shape, this class is responsibility to give the definition of two abstract method, area and shape. But he say I am only eligible to give the definition of shape, but I don't have a meaning how to calculate area. So still this class is not complete because they have a two function, shape and area. Shape have a definition, but area don't have a definition. So okay, this is also incomplete class. Means abstract class. So okay, so how to become a complete? So I write another class that extend this triangle. The triangle given one definition, remaining one I'll give. Area I am give, shape here, and finally this class become a complete class because this class have a both method. Shape and area have a logic. Given the this is the body, this is the body. So is it clear? What is the meaning of abstract class? Abstract class is a class which have something not complete. Like here, why say this is the abstract class? Because this shape class have a two method declaration, shape and area. But this is not complete, incomplete. Just we declare this is the area method. What is the body? What is the business logic? Nothing here. Due to that is I'm saying this class become a abstract class. Abstract means something missing. That means any abstract class you cannot create the object. You cannot say like a new shape. No, because they have something missing. This is not something complete. Is it clear? Any doubt? Any confusion?
Yes, I have one question.
Yes.
Can you go down to
Uh,
yeah? So abstract class triangle extend shape. Why are we creating shape? Can we create area instead?
yes, you can do anything. If you not declare anything here, you can. If you create here area as well as let's declare area.
But the
If
reason you type abstract so that we can create only one. Is that the reason?
uh, this abstract you are asking,
Yeah, yeah. This abstract. Yeah.
I am writing due to that this is the triangle class. I am writing the this class means complete class, but this is not complete because they are inheriting from a shape, right? A shape have
Right.
a two abstract method. They have given only one definition. One is still left, right?
Right.
So one left, then we cannot say this is the complete class.
Right. Okay.
So how to say this is not complete? That means say this class is abstract, means just abstraction. Nothing, this is not a completeness, right?
Right.
Because
Okay.
they have extending shape, a shape defined a two object method. This class is only interested to give one, where the one another. So you
Right.
can say this triangle class is not complete class. That means this is the abstract class. Abstract means they have some method that doesn't have a definition, right?
Right. Right.
So how to going to complete this triangle? Triangle say कि whoever going to my subclass, my child class, they can give other definition. So another triangle, okay, they extend this triangle class, say कि triangle is already given one definition, one is left, I can give the one definition. Now
But
I become in the complete,
class another triangle extend to triangle.
right?
Triangle only has shape. How
Shape
they are putting area?
because triangle inherited from the shape.
Okay, I see.
This level of this is the your another triangle, right?
Right.
Another triangle extended triangle, right? This is the triangle.
Right.
A triangle extended the shape. They extended the shape, right?
Yes.
Shape have a two method. Method one area, method two shape, right? Both are the incomplete, not completely defined, right?
Right.
So until this two methods, shape and area is not defined, you cannot say any class is complete. So
Right.
they say inherited, But it's okay, I am only giving the definition of shape, right? But still one is left about the area, right? So we cannot say this is the complete, this is the incomplete class. This means this also become abstract. This is also abstract because they have a two method that are not defined, right? This class have a two method, but one defined, one is the non-defined. This is also abstract. And this is the class final. The class I am giving the definition of M2 as well as area. So now inherited shape or area both have a definition, right? So this is the complete class. This is the complete class so that you can create the object of complete class. Complete means ki whatever the inherited feature, whatever the inherited method, all the method this class have a definition. This is the area definition, and shape is inherited from the superclass right here, right? Inherited from here.
Okay, that's why. Okay, okay. Yeah.
That's why. That's why another class have a both method, area and shape both. Look like they are not looking. They have only area. Where the shape? Shape is inherited from this here. Due to those, I am taking this is your complete class, a simple class, right?
Right.
Abstract means a class is abstract. That means the class have something missing, not detail available. Abstraction is just
Yeah,
summary.
but why do we need abstract?
I say na, like I here I am saying ki all my shape must have area method. If
Okay, it's like a enforce. You enforce some rules.
enforcing, yes, right, enforcement. This is the
Okay.
one rule we are going to implement. Ki all my child class must have this area method, right?
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Is it still confusion?
Yeah, it's good now. It's good.
So this is the known as a concept of abstraction.
Abstraction. Yeah.
Keyword using Java is abstract.
Okay.
Two thumb rule, right? You can create the object of any class that is the complete class. Complete means this is the complete class. How a class is complete? That means ki whatever they are inheriting, if they are inheriting something, so all the things are completed here, right? They are inheriting from the shape, and shape have a two method here to give the definition, right? So this means this class is a complete class. If you're not extending anything, right, anywhere, that means still you are complete because you are not inheriting anything. You are not responsible to overriding anything, right? But whenever you are extending, means you are becoming child class of any super class. So whatever the super class have any method, that is the abstract. That is child class responsibility to give the definition. If child class is have a capability to give the abstract method definition here, this class become your complete class. If child is
Right.
not capable to give the all the definition, then his child's responsibility to complete other things.
Right.
If he is still not complete, his child responsible to complete until all the abstract method is not given the definition. All class is abstract class, abstract class, abstract class. If this is the complete definition, this is the actual class, complete class, you can say.
Right.
Complete class means ki they have a definition of all method, right? Good.
Right. Yeah.
The one rule, any abstract class, you cannot create object like new keyword. Okay, but if this is the abstract class, this is the abstract class, here left right side, you can assign any subclass object, right?
Uh, any child class.
Yes, child
Oh,
class.
yeah. Yeah.
Last time discussed, right?
Yeah.
So is it okay?
Yeah. It's fine.
So here look like we have very strong things we have to write here, right? Abstract many times, right?
Right.
So Java say ki why not compiler enough intelligent, they know if you're not given definition, why not the compiler understand this is abstract? Why we have to write manually abstract, right? So compiler given a alternative way of that. That is the interface. So compiler say here, same thing, same thing here. I am not going to write abstract. I am going to just comment out this. I am going to comment it. I am sick. I am not going to interested write each and everything. Here I just remove. Here I just remove. Here I just remove. Okay. Why many time I write abstract abstract? So Kava's compiler says, tell me how I know these are the abstract method, right? So new concept say don't write a class, write interface here. Okay. So okay. Just give the another. I'm not here. So instead of writing this, they say let's uh, new shape. Just write the new shape. Okay, shape new shape, new shape. And here say don't write abstract, don't write abstract. Just just remove it, just remove it, just remove it. Here say instead of class you say interface. This is new concept, right? Now compiler internally know कि this is the new shape interface and they have a don't definition. And now compiler is clean and compiled. They are not blaming anything, right? So here we cannot use class keyword. We can use another keyword known as a interface. Interface means here you only give the method signature. You're not giving the definition. Here you cannot write like this way. Compiler is unhappy because you say that this is the interface. Interface have only the incomplete method, not the complete. Here it means you are completing the method. So here is the incomplete method, right?
Right.
Question is that who going to complete this? So same like in the shape, who give you the definition of this area? All is child class, right? All
Right.
child class. Similarly, here interface say who give the definition of this? All my subclasses are implementation classes. Interface is the just is the concept where we are giving just giving the name like a shape or like area. These are the method, and these method just syntax and semantics. Some new classes going to give the definition of that. In this way, actually, this line is code compile and run. There is no any problem, right?
Right.
You know, this is the kind of incomplete. Surely, similarly, like abstract class, you cannot create the object of like this, right? You cannot create similarly like abstract, right? You cannot do. This is not allowed. Why?
No,
Because it's incomplete, no definition. So why compiler allowed to create the object? The surely interface you cannot create the object as well as.
okay.
So question
Same
is
rules.
the
Same.
definition. Same. But to say okay, let's my child class uh, class new shape implementation. New shape implementation. Implement implementation one, right?
Yeah.
Now the keyword use the implements and this is the interface. So here they are going to give the definition of override the definition of your area method and shape method. S out area
Yeah.
S out same like a class.
Yeah.
So notice now
Oh,
this
so
class
same
same
like class.
class. Now this is the class. Here difference is that here implements keyword. Here say class extend. Extend means the extending the class. One class extending another class, right? Here say
Right.
this is the class, but implementing interface. Interface means they have a only abstract method, right? By default, we are not writing abstract, but these are the by default abstract method. You write or not write. If you write something here like abstract, compiler say it's okay, but this is unnecessary, not needed. I know I'm an interface. Interface already have a only abstract method, right?
Okay. So we
So
can
this is
only type implement.
just you implement and give the definition. So here you cannot create the object of like this, but you can say I am an implementation method. I can give the my implementation method right here, and I can say new shape dot area, new shape dot shape, right?
Right.
So this is the just different flavor,
Mhm.
just some demarcation, right? This is the interface just
So,
indicate
so these are like grammar. It's like
grammar.
grammar,
Yes.
yeah.
In the next classes, I'm surely give the there are minor differences. I'll tell what, right?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
there are differences. Like here, you cannot give notice in this abstract class. You can give the definition like another method void test, and
Mhm.
they have a complete definition right here. This is allow, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's out complete class, right? Test. This is allow in the abstract class, but this is not possible in this interface. Interface, I
Okay.
cannot give the any definition. Like here, I can give the test. Here, I cannot give the test because this say I am only for abstract method, not like complete method definition.
Okay. So how can you access this test from
Because
abstract?
this is not allowed here, right?
Right. Okay.
This is not allowed here. But here, in this case, how test access?
Yeah.
Like here, you can say this is the shape, create circle and shape dot test, shape object dot test. Okay. So whatever the shape in class name with the reference dot, you can call the both. Call area, shape dot area. So all three method you can call from the shape of reference,
Oh,
right?
I understand. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Right. So this is the one minor differences. Here you can write the incomplete method and complete method, right?
Mhm.
But in the interface, you can only write the incomplete method, not the complete, right?
Okay. So you can only
Here,
write incomplete in the
but
interface.
that incomplete means you will just give the highlight. Okay, this is my area function. What is the business logic? What is the definition? I'm not going to give here. Any my implementation class is responsible to implementing this area method, right? I'm
Right.
not interested.
Right.
Implementation one, implementation two, any implementation can be, right?
Right.
And the second, here you can write the any instance variable like a instance
Mhm.
instance variable like 100, right?
Mhm.
This is known as state. Okay. And here you can declare variable like integer uh, max, right? So by default this variable become static and final. That means this variable you can access from the class name itself. This variable is instance variable, you cannot access from the class name. Similarly, right? So this is the one difference is here. Here you can only clear the declare the static and this variable is the static and final
Mhm.
only. This value cannot be changed. This variable value cannot be changed. One time declare this is the constant variable. Like this is the constant variable. Constant variable. This is the instance variable. This value can be changed, can be modified anytime you can do, right? And good option here you can write constructor, right? Here you can write constructor, right? S out. Constructor. But here you cannot write any constructor. Here you cannot write constructor like here because this is not a class, right? So this not allow here. So lots of limitation. They have a only specific purpose. Interface is only specific purpose. You want to give the just in method signature and constant variable, right? But this is the complete class. Here you can give everything: class, constructor, instance variable, complete, right?
Okay, so the difference is that um, in implement,
Hmm.
that one, it's only incomplete method.
Right,
That's it, and no more the constructor or any other complete method.
right. Uh, But one here you can declare only the major differences about this variable. This is the instance variable. Okay. Here, this is a look like by default. This is the static and final variable, right?
Right.
This is the only differences. And here, whenever Java 8 come, they have a given the concept like this thing like here you can write the test method, right? Here you can write a test method. I'm saying here you cannot write, right? Surely. So whenever Java 8 version come, at that time given the alternative solution, you cannot write any test method, but this is the one concept say. This is the default method, just say the default keyword. Now it's okay.
Oh, okay. So when you type default, then it's okay.
Yeah, this is okay. So overall, you can look this interface and this abstract almost the same thing. Only difference is they have instance variable. They don't have any instance variable. They have only this final variable. Okay, only say static final. This is the by default nature. You declare any variable here, like I am declare min, integer min. Okay, integer min. Okay, by default, write this line and both are the same: static int final, static int final.
Okay, so they're the same.
And similar here. Here this is the abstract, and here right abstract, abstract are not. By default, both are the same. They assume this is also abstract. They manually write or not. Similarly here, you write public static final here, like you write public static final here. This is the same meaning of both. It's also public static final.
Right,
This
right.
value cannot change, cannot modify it. So this interface have a some uh, inbuilt consideration, right? They assume you can only declare variable as a static final, and you can declare any method as a by default abstract. If sometime you want to give the definition, really, just give the default.
Oh, okay, okay. I see, I see.
And other part almost same. So only major differences is that whenever any abstract class, right? This is abstract class, right?
Right,
And there are multiple implementation subclass, right?
right,
And this is the interface, right? Interface. Interface also have a multiple implementation, right?
right.
And this is the subclass 1, subclass 2, subclass 3, subclass 4. So notice whenever I am going to create the object of this subclass, right? Superclass object also created, right? Because they have a constructor, right? So whenever I'm going to create this object, one object, internally another object going to create this. So always the two object is created for the each subclass, right? Whenever I'm going to create object of this class, superclass object also created, right?
Right.
Whenever I'm going to create object of this class before superclass means ki always a two object created in a memory, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because they have a own instance variable. They have a one instance variable. They have own instance variable kind, right? But in the case of interface, it is not. Interface is the just implementation, right? Interface, there is no constructor here. There is no instance variable here. Only the declaration. This is the method one, method two, right? You can
Right.
create the object of here. Only this object created. No duplicate object create. If you create the object of this class, only this class object create. There is no kind of a super class. There is no class. This is not a class. So you can say sometime we save our memory, right? because
Right.
whenever this object going to create, they take a memory, they take also memory, right? If have a 100 implementation, whenever you're going to create 100 class object, internally 200 object you are creating, right? For
Right.
each we have another object. But in the case of implementation, we have only create the implementation class object. We are not going to create any kind of super class object, because this is not a class, not take any memory, not take any space, right?
Right.
So this is the major difference is interface look like not a class, just similar, look like similar. But actually, whenever we are running the code, when we are creating the object, only implementation class object going to create here. No super class object going to create. And here, only difference is here they have an instance. Means ki for each object, they have a, this is the good example. I am create like class either something like maybe some basic like and they have a one variable like a count. Let's keep count variable. So class subclass 1, subclass 2, subclass 3. Let's give you a 3 subclass. So this count variable, whenever this object creates, say create object, they can say I am going to create the superclass object count with 100, right? And in the subclass 2 object created. Similarly, if you're going to create object of this class, 2 object created, one for your superclass and one for your itself class, and their count can be 200, right? And similarly this class. So own class have an instance variable, own object, right? This is the instance variable is the major differences why they are going to taking place in the memory, because they have a holding some variable value for each different subclasses. But in the case of interface, there is no such instance variable here. There is no instance variable, only the final variable, static variable, that is by default inherited go to the implementation class, right? Here implementation class, here implementation class, here implementation class. This is the method definition by default come inherited. You will just implement here. I use the final variable. Implement here use the final variable. You implement the variable. The only one object created here. There is no kind of super any duplicate instance. Object created, only one object create. Object create, only one object create. Object create, only object go. But here I'm going to create object, two object created, two object created, two object created, right?
Yeah.
So this is the due to that. This is because this is the class itself, nature of class, right? This is the interface. Interface means just declaration. This is the two method, is the incomplete method. Someone going to implement my implementation class going to implement the definition of that, right? Just contract, you can say. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So let's revise this concept. Many places, many discussion, someone confused, someone going to many times discussion happen. Why abstract class? Why interface? Both have a different significant meaning, right? Both have a different purpose, right?
So
Sometimes want
in real life we use this concept
both.
is used. Okay.
Both are used. Both are used.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna practice that.
Yes. Need a practice that. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's Google and read out all the places, interface and abstract, all the things available. Place here. Just go and check and do write some code and practice. Still
Sure.
any doubt, I'll discuss. But almost, if you look the code, both interface and class, abstract class, all look like similar. Only
Yeah.
major one difference is that this is the uh, they have an instance variable and memory allocated. They have a constructor. Constructor means object is created for you, right?
Right.
Object is created. This means they can hold the instance variable memory, right?
Right.
Those things are not here. There is no constructor, no object created, no instance variable holding, and all other the same thing. If you look the code here, look the code here, variable declaration, method declaration, default method. Here similar, like here variable declaration, method declaration, default, and constructor. This is the differences, man.
Okay, the constructor is here.
A constructor means they have an instance variable. They can hold the value something, right?
Right.
So let's do practice. Still any doubt, confusion, we'll cover this topic. This is a very so today we have learned two different keyword, right? One is this abstract. Abstract means any method. Notice this abstract keyword is only apply on the methods and variable. Sorry,
Right.
method and class. This keyword only is on the against the any method name or the instance of class, right? You cannot say ki any variable like this variable abstract. No, this abstract keyword is only used for the method. That
Method.
means this method is incomplete, and the class. That means this class is incomplete, right?
Right.
So this is the one keyword abstract, and another keyword we today learn about this interface. Look like a class, look like a class, but name is an interface. That means they have only declared the method signature. That means the incomplete. You mark or not mark, and you can add the default method, or you can only declare variable that must be public static final. No constructor, nothing else. This class object is not created. Both abstract class also object is not created, right?
So what's the difference between creating object? Like when we type new and the
Mhm.
class name, that creates object.
Uh,
But when we type the constructor,
uh,
it's not creating object.
Here, in this case, here,
Yeah. In this case,
this,
yeah.
this
So
is not the creating object. Here, abstract in notice here, shape class object you cannot create. Now, notice here, I am right somewhere here. You cannot create the object of shape class because shape class is a abstract
right,
class, right?
right,
It's an incomplete class. So you say, okay, you cannot create. Okay, I can create the shape class object using my subclass because this is the my subclass, child class. This is the complete class, right?
right.
So I can create the object of this. So whenever you're going to create the object of child class, you are going to create the object of child class, a rule of inheritance, first going to create the parent, right? The
Hmm.
first shape object going to create, right? So they are going to the shape. They are going to create this constructor and this variable initialization. So once this shape object created, after that, this child object going to create, right?
Right,
So this is the nature of inheritance. We are saying we can create the abstract class object indirectly, not directly. This directly not allowed, right? Because this is the new shape is incomplete. You can say, okay, here I'm going to create the object of shape class, but not directly, but using my subclass. Because my subclass is the complete class. They have given the complete definition of my abstract method, right?
right,
Similarly, in the interface, you cannot directly create the object of interface, but the implementation class, because they have given the implementation, you can create the object. But here there is, in notice here, there is no kind of extend keyword, though no inheritance, right?
right.
We are just implementing method. Whatever this here, some method defined, I am giving the definition. Okay.
Right.
So these two things, notice whenever you're writing class, any interface, that means you cannot create the object of this class. So how to use? This is the interface. How can I use this interface? How can call this method shape area test, right? How I can call, right? New shape dot test, right? How
Right.
I can call? You can say here, you can say new interface equal to new, but here write your implementation class. You, this is my implementation one,
Oh, that's why you can access test because
right?
test is in the parent class.
Right. Yes. You can also say like a implementation two. You can write implementation two, right?
I
Any
see.
implementation can be. So here say left side can be interface or abstract class, but here always a complete class. This is a complete class. They have given the all the definition, right?
Mm.
So these are the some basic concept about the abstract and interface. These are the interchangeable implementation. Both can be achieved, but logically only one difference is like the abstract class have a own instance variable, own memory space object created. But in the case of interface, it is not doing.
That's right.
Okay, let's practice. Okay,
Sure.
still any confusion, any doubt to the class?
Today's class is okay.
Do practice. These are the very basic things, and many times we are going to use this interface and abstract,
Oh,
right?
so this will be used in the later class.
Yes, in the later classes, we are going JDK Java library. Huge number of using this interface.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay,
take
okay.
some
I see.
example in the coming session. How Java is implemented this interface.
Right.
Lots of places interface are highly used things
Right.
Right,
because
right.
they have advantage. They have only one object created, and
Mm-hmm.
we can just give the complete blueprint. Yeah, what the kind of method all my subclass must have, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one feature you can say this is the way we are implementing loose coupling. Like yeah, last class we will uh, learn the relationship coupling, right? The interface is the one way to implement override method using the loose couple. Okay, there.
Yeah.
So lots of place we are using this. Okay, let's do
Sure.
practice and we'll continue
Sure,
discussing on this. Okay,
Sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ajay bhai.
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.